Hello everyone, we're back with Three Kingdoms Total War as modified by the Radious mod, which is in turn sub-modded by the Morale sub-mod and sub-mod as well to increase the upkeep of units. So I'm now looking basically to see whether we can take some additional Han territory before we end up in a war with Liu, an inevitable war. We signed a non-aggression pact with Han Fu to hopefully keep our sort of number of enemies, potential enemies, limited, and we're good friends with Gongsun Du, so hopefully our northern border is secure. I've got a second army, and I think what I'm going to do is going to bring that down a bit just to be able to defend our territory. So let's bring this army down, and in terms of Gongsun Zan's army, I'm just going to leave him in the newly captured city just to replenish a bit this turn before we move out, and I'll probably leave it until the spring to actually start our offensive. Okay, let's advance the turn, and as I've said before, I really want to get these Han territories as quickly as possible, because the other lords like Liu will be trying to expand their borders at the expense of the Han as well. So it's a little bit of a race to get our territory as large as we can before we go up against the other lords. Okay, so coalitions being formed, including Han Fu. So Gongsun Du has declared war on the Han. Maybe he's got some Han territory north of him. Not that there's much space for him to expand north. And more war. And so there are northern tribes basically who pose a threat to us, and we're getting some extra experience because we're an experienced commander before all of the chaos of this period. We were employed in the sort of effectively in the military, guarding the northern borders, and we've gained a new ancillary. Take a look at that later on. Looks all right. And one of our generals has increased, and he is within our second army. So when we look at these various upgrades, we need to be looking with a view to their abilities, and yeah, so we can go down this route and eventually get the fire arrows, which are very useful. In the Rule of Might mod that I was playing on one of my earlier playlists, I found that the general's abilities didn't really affect the formations and the ability to use things like fire arrows with the excuse me, with the units on the sort of the battle map. And yeah, I don't know. It's sort of whilst I dislike the move towards tying the units to particular sort of heroes, and you'd say, well, not having the unit formation tied to the heroes is a step in the right direction. It is a bit odd because it makes the heroes less important on the sort of the campaign map, makes their sort of skill tree less important, and of course this game is built around that. So I think you've either got to get away from the importance of the heroes completely for your units and have it like more previous Total War games, or you've got to sort of at least honour the way that this game has been designed and keep the importance of the characters. And I think records mode is one way of trying to achieve that balance where you have them as large units of cavalry rather than these sort of individual superheroes. And let's just move up to the border to make sure we're in striking distance next turn, and we'll put him into encampment in the hope that it gives us a little replenishment bonus. And let's come down and actually garrison the port. Any building to do? Nothing I can see for the moment. Our income is still healthy. And that was one of my previous criticisms of this mod, was that there was too much money. But let's see. I do notice that close to 5k of that comes from our family estates. So maybe as time rolls on, that sort of bonus income to begin with will become less important, and the upkeep of the armies will be a greater sort of burden in proportion to that. And we've got another reform, and we've gone through a few of the military ones. I think he started off with one because he's traditionally a military guy, and yeah, let's go for a bit of population growth. Let's kind of lay the foundations of a strong economy for the future. Oh, and I've just noticed Yan Shao is he actually besieging? No, he's on a forced march to. Now I could force march and get to the town before him, but I couldn't initiate the siege. I don't believe. The garrison, I can't imagine, is going to be too frightening. I'm wondering what we do is whether we force march and just try and get in his way, maybe dissuade him from besieging. Can we do that? No. No. Look, we'll stay encamped. We may have missed an opportunity here. We may have to go north. That will mean the commandery is divided, which is a bit of a shame. Okay, let's see what happens. And yeah, oh gosh, and he's got a pretty strong army actually. He could barrel on up north and grab that salt. Hang Fu wants some military access in return for, well, he'll give me some money, and yeah, well, let's go with that.
We are in concert then.
So it could be that Liu Dai is my, or Liu Yu, sorry, is our route to expansion through him. Okay, so Yan Shao. Is that war? More wars. Lots of warring. Let's get rid of all those notifications. So we've built this, or upgraded this military administration office. What's the population like? Okay, so this hurts the local population, but it does increase our sort of experience for our units, the rank of the units. Let's invest in some income first, just because I don't think I'll be doing much recruiting in the near future. A trader, okay. That could come in handy for our more administratively minded characters, and we do have the ability to appoint an administrator. Song. Let's just have a look. So I know that Song is our spouse. Just wondering whether she actually had any other roles. No, not yet. So actually, we could make her an administrator as well. So what have we got? What options have we got? We could make her an economic. So that would reduce construction cost very slightly and give a bit more public order. There's a few other bonuses here as well. Yeah, okay, let's go for that actually. It'll keep her happy as well, I would hope. Right, can we... And if we go into Force March, we don't replenish anymore. I'm trying to... Well, we're not too bad actually. Many of our units. No, let's Force March actually to make sure we are in striking distance next turn. Though Yang Shao, he just may barrel on up north because he's got this. He's got the benefits of these good roads. Yeah, I suspect we're about to be sort of blocked off here, and Liu is going to be our only, well, not our only avenue to expansion, but my chosen avenue of expansion. The game seemed to be pushing us in that direction. Okay, let's advance the turns and see whether Yang Shao is. Yeah, he did. Okay, well, it's not surprising. It's exactly what I would do. And okay, well, we'll have a little review next turn on the diplomacy to see how friendly we are. And Zhang Lu has issued an ultimatum to us. So he offers us peace on behalf of the Han Empire. So he must have become their sort of overlord. Looking at this, I'm not actually bordering any Han territories anymore. So whilst it doesn't say I'm going to piss off any of sort of the coalition members. So actually I'm going to accept that because we don't need to be at war with the Han right now. We have closer issues to do. Oh gosh, right. So the coalition of Yang Shao has become a military alliance. So Han Fu, Yang Shao. So they're at least, we've got a positive attitude with them. So Han Fu, Zhang Yang, and Wang Kung. Sorry about these pronunciations. Okay, yeah. Peace, yeah. Okay. So are we all going to basically willing to be at peace with the Han now that we've stolen enough territories from them? Essentially, I think this is what it is. It's a little bit of it's more of a gesture. So the puppet Han Emperor captured. Oh, I see. So the Emperor has been captured by this other faction who was probably the overlord of the Han now, and some more peace with the Han. As I say, it's a little bit pointless, I believe. So let's just get rid of all of these diplomacy notifications. Just okay, fine. So obviously there's been some movement to the south that I just can't see at the moment. So while serving, okay, so they've become more friendly, and one of our generals, also in the secondary army, has leveled up. So I'm more interested in... Oh yeah, this enables ignore forest penalties. So we'll get that. So I was saying I was more interested in his military capabilities. How satisfied? 31. Do we have any followers that would actually benefit? Not really. These are more sort of administration-based ones. We can give him accessory. Yeah, why not give him the wooden ox just to help increase his resolve and bump his satisfaction up a little bit. And okay, we now need to switch direction. Let's have a look just diplomatically at Yang Shao. I mean, we're friendly. He's friendly with us. Possible trade. Possible trade. Yeah, let's get a trade agreement going. The money's obviously great, 600 odd a turn, but also we've got the improving relations. I mean, we may have to go to war at some point because he is ultimately blocking our advance south, but certainly we don't want that whilst we're potentially fighting Li Yu, who seems to have a fair number of troops. So let's have a look at the garrison here. So I'm just trying to develop my strategy now for taking on Li Yu, and the issue we've got is we've got quite a long front. So let's have a look at the garrison. Okay, so it's not nothing. It's not vast. But I'm just thinking that it could probably hold out for a turn, just delay the enemy. And so what I'm thinking is actually maybe we kind of sweep down in this direction rather than kind of splitting our forces and putting one in the north, one in the south. Let's concentrate our forces and try and sweep down this way. So let's move back in this direction. Anything to upgrade? Not really. Our territory is still pretty small at this stage. We do have another reform though, and yeah, we can improve agriculture. The Sino-Roman embassy. We can go and trade with the Romans. More administrative positions, more income from the peasantry, more supply, more satisfaction for vanguards. 20 extra satisfaction if they're a vanguard. Yeah, do you know? Let's get that actually. I don't know if we've got many vanguards. There was that administrator. See, that's bumped him right up now. So with the reform alignment there, the third one down, that's an extra 20. So he's up at 78, and obviously our faction leader doesn't really matter. But okay, that was quite a powerful reform, I think, in terms of satisfaction. Okay, let's advance the turn, and I think this coming turn we'll move our armies to the border. So Dongzhou, so I will give him money, I will give him a regular tribute, I will give him food and trade ancillaries, and he's going to give me peace. Well, no thank you.
Your greed is repellent.
It's obviously the big fat guy telling me my greed's repellent. A little bit of irony there, deliberately so, I think. Come on, guys. Okay, so what have we got? More diplomatic stuff. So Hang Fu has he's declared war on Zhang Lu. I'm not sure where he is. Lu Dai has declared war. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And we've got another son. How is the family tree looking? So we've got three heirs. Well, not three heirs, three offspring. One of which is the heir. So at least our dynasty should be fairly safe, provided we can keep our lands safe. That is. Horse exchange. I tell you what, we are going to war, so let's invest in that training field. And a black thoroughbred, so more charge bonus, more cunning, and we also got that land registry office. Yeah, let's continue to. Ooh, let's look at the building browser.
There is barely anybody here.
I see. So that gives us options. Yeah. Okay, we'll go there. I'll get that. And we'd already given our faction leader a better mount.
I am at your disposal, my lord.
What about this guy here? More cunning. Well, he's already got so much expertise. I don't think a loss of 2 is going to do much. Whereas that extra charge bonus could be useful.
An iron fist is needed to rule.
Up to the border we go. Now then, what I'm going to do, I'm going to be honourable-ish and declare war, giving him his turn to at least move about.
This will be short.
Take some action. So yeah, this will be short actually. You're right. So this is actually going to improve our relationship with Han Fu. Li Yu, obviously, not going to be too happy about it.
We are immovable as stone. Do your worst.
Okay, so we're now at war. And let's end this turn and see how we get on next turn. It really all depends on where his armies are. So this is Yang Shao, and he's offering a non-aggression pact, and they will give me money. So yeah, great. You know, that's this. It suits me anyway. So yeah, I think Li Yu's armies are here in the south, which does mean this city is under threat, but might mean we have an easy initial campaign. Yeah, nothing really to bother us. So cunning versus sincere. So we share a meal with a close advisor. He puts it to you that sincerity in all things is to be ardently pursued. You counter that knowledge is power, and like an army, can be deployed strategically. You continue postulating long into the evening. So, who do we want to side with? Well, Gongswang Zhu is our heir, and we get on with him anyway. Tian Kai is one of our fellow generals. I think the heir is going to be, you know, he's our son, so there's going to be more that affect our relationship than just whether we agree on a point of principle. Right, so let's. I can't imagine this town has got particularly. Yeah, not a very strong garrison. Now the question is, maybe I attack with my secondary army? Let's blood the secondary army just so that my my main army, my first army, the one that I'm used to commanding. If there are enemy armies here, they're relatively fresh. So we just send in one army, we don't need both for this. And let's get on with it. Just gonna have a slurp of tea, excuse me. It's a lazy Sunday morning here, which is it's a good time for playing Total War. Probably why my voice has been a little bit hoarse at points during this video. It hasn't had much exercise yet today. Okay, let's get in. And shouldn't be anything too exciting, really. Three lots of towers here. I'm wondering actually whether we come from this side. There's barricades. What about this side? Yeah, so on this side we haven't got those. I don't think we've got those barricades to get. There are some there, but we've got a clear path, effectively, to get to the central plaza, and we haven't got those. There's three rows of towers. So look, let's get deployed. To our archers, so our archers don't have the fire arrow ability yet because he hasn't, this chap here hasn't got that ability, which is a bit of a shame. So only confirms my my decision to try and avoid those towers. Let's get our cavalry set up. Just kind of going for a balanced deployment on the cavalry. And we want the melee infantry. Here, I'm not going to use any of my deployables because I'm on the offensive. Let's start the battle, and I think as are these guys sallying forth on their own? That is, well, perhaps it's because of my artillery. I've just kind of perhaps forgotten to factor that in. So they're throwing these bolts against the enemy. Yeah, they do seem to be sort of sallying forth. Perhaps it is the artillery. They don't want to be eating that fire, which will whittle them down. The accuracy is pretty nuts. So let's leave the archers where they are for the moment. I don't believe they had any cavalry, so I can leave my archers there for a bit longer, and along with the artillery, really whittle these guys down before they get to our lines. And that's going to be pretty devastating. Yeah, I mean, this unit's been decimated. I doubt it'll even reach our archers at that rate, and so more infantry swarming in piecemeal. I don't know if this was, you know, okay, they didn't sit there and eat the arrow fire from the bolt fire, rather. But I don't think this sort of charge of the light brigade insanity was really merited. Perhaps they could have hidden behind buildings or something like that to avoid the bolts. I'll pull back their troops somehow. Let's go up here quickly. That's odd. Taking my guys off skirmish seemed to stop them from moving. Come on, let's get back now. Okay, so let's engage these infantry units because they otherwise could. And can we drop that? We don't actually care about the equipment as such. It's done. The bow throwers have done their damage. It's the crew that we care about. Let's commit this cavalry now, and we can stop firing. So we're at more risk of friendly fire than anything, I think. And yeah, gosh, I missed that cavalry charge going in, but it obviously devastated that infantry. And likewise, I don't think these archers will stick around for too long. And that is it. That is it. Okay, well, I wasn't expecting that, but it made it more interesting in a way, rather than grinding them down one unit at a time in the city. I mean, we did grind them down one unit at a time, just very quickly. So this video's got to 31 minutes now, and I'll leave that there, and we'll pick up the campaign next time. Thanks very much.